Okay, so a little bit about my background. Um, so I come from a family where my father is an entrepreneur. So he started when he was very young, and he built his own business basically by scratch. And he built one of the most successful businesses in the glass importing industry. So growing up, it was a great inspiration, but it ideally didn't start off like that. So when I was in school, I actually didn't know what I wanted to do. Um, but quite by accident, I found out I was quite good in design, being creative. So I started studying design and it changed my life. But after studying design, I was in the UK and I basically learned a lot about the industry first. I knew I wanted to do something by myself in the longer run, but it required a lot of knowledge. And then from a very young age, I started off in fashion. That was my main career, but I every opportunity I got, I said yes. I didn't say no to anything because I wanted to learn a lot. So I worked sometimes 3 jobs in London. I would commute all the time. I would do construction. I did a bit of graphic. I did product, and it was that experience really that drove me to really be confident to start my own business at the end, actually. So I came back to Sri Lanka, and I was in Brandix as a designer for 6 years. By the time I left, I was heading one of the design teams as an assistant manager. Why I wanted to start my own company and my own business actually is because after being in the corporate world for a long time, I had a calling that I've done great things, but I needed to just do something bigger, and it had to be something that I needed to do by myself. And being my own boss, that was something that I really wanted to pursue as well. And I wanted to create opportunities for others, bring joy, happiness to others' lives while doing something I loved. So all of that fit perfectly into what I knew that an entrepreneur, I could be a better entrepreneur. So yeah, that's why I started this journey.
Wow.
So why did I embark on this journey? One of my biggest motivations and inspirations has always been my mom. I've mentioned this throughout my journey, actually. And that stems from the fact that I was raised by a single mom until I was well into my teens. And I saw her hardship. I saw the sacrifices that she had to make to feed me, to raise me, to educate me. And I also saw how much she suffered to do it. And when you're raised in that kind of environment, and when you're put out into the world, when you finally come out into the world, you have this sense of determination to succeed. And that was one of the driving forces, I would say, for me to always want to be the own boss. Well, the boss of my own life, at least.
Okay, so first of all, I am born into a family with very high work ethics. Everyone is always on the move, busy, and actually this started because we have a shop in Peta, which was established in 1840 and has been in the family ever since. Like all the generations are from our family. So when I finished my degree in economics and management, everything kind of fell into place because I wanted to take on the concept of a shop in a more central location, a more easily accessible location, because people also were not willing to go to PETA and waste time there, and they wanted a better and easy access to the same products. So what I wanted to do was take the products but give it a better look, a feel, and create the concept of a home as a whole. So that is actually where I got the name Ziden from, because it was the concept of a home, a den, somewhere a person can go, be themselves, feel comfortable, and that's how Ziden came into being. Everything, as I said, fell into place. It was not an easy journey, but everything worked out now. So that's how I actually wanted to be an entrepreneur, start this business and take it on to the next level with a totally different clientele, looking at the totally different view and point of products as well.
At my retirement, I just started this as a hobby. As a hobby, I will say. I was working in the finance sector for almost 40 years. Over 3 decades, I was working from the age of 19 years. And at my retirement, when I reached 55 years in 2020 Jan, I was just thinking, I can't just stay at home. I must do something of my own. There were certain requests for me to, join some companies as a consultant, which I didn't want to do it because I thought that, different eras give us different things to do. So I have worked hard and I just wanted to do something of my own, very peacefully at home.
Yes. So growing up, I always wanted to be ambitious. So, and having to qualify and to have a good career was always a part of me. So I escalated professionally and personally throughout my journey as an early years educator. So ever since I was a child, I always wanted to get into teaching. So that was something within me. So having worked, so the turning point of my life was when I was in UAE. So I got the privilege of working for GEMS Education. So where I got the rich experience of meeting people across the globe, different educators across the globe, and the trainings that I got. So with that, I had a proven track record of being an outstanding teacher. So that's when I felt that I had the potential and the future to start up something of my own. So there were many times that I used to feel that, I am giving so much to the children. So why not I come back and do the same to my country? So that's when we decided that we'll come back and then we'll start this preschool and give the best that I have learned to the children of our country. So that's how Footsteps came up. But now, personally, now that I'm running the place, personally, what I feel is that it's the sense of fulfillment I get when I see my ideas are being materialized, and also the mistakes that we make, I feel is giving us more motivation to do better, because the more you make mistakes, the more that you learn. And starting something from nothing and then building and scaling it also motivates me to keep going.
Okay, so I feel one of the main reasons is freedom. That was, when I say freedom, it's like so many things, but it's financial freedom, like not having to depend on anybody for anything. That is one of the most important things I feel as a woman. And also freedom to choose, freedom to do what you love, what you want, without having any. So there are challenges, of course, but if you're resilient, you need guts, you need courage, and if you can do it. And so that's one of the main things, like the freedom to do whatever you want and how you want to do it, when you want to do it. And also we need to provide for our living, right? Of course. So this is one of the best ways of doing that. And then the self-satisfaction that I did this. This is something I did, and that satisfaction, it cannot express in words, actually. And also using your skill sets. So doing something love while using your skills and earning a living for it, that's like the icing of the cake, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I would say fulfillment and self-empowerment. See, it's important for both young women as well as young men to be able to harness their true potential and not confine themselves, not restrict themselves, and also not fit themselves into this box that's already dictated by society.
First of all, we live in a very male-dominated world today. And I find that women are starting to flourish now in all fields. It's not just in one field. In so many fields, women are starting to come out of their shells and, show what they are capable of. So it was important for me as well to get out of this stereotype and make an impact in my little way. And just show the world and everyone else, society, what we can actually do rather than being stuck at home and the old-fashioned kind of way of thinking. So it is also important for women to be financially independent, I feel, like not have to depend on someone else solely, but be able to kind of do things her way and also follow her dreams.
I'm sorry.
Why is it important for women to start their own
Yes.
business?
Actually, it is, I would say that most of the women, they start their own business very young. So then they have a long way to go. So now I have been working and I've been earning, but for me, it worked in a different way. But whatever said and done, a woman or a man, they should have some income until they die on their own, right? So then you don't have to depend on anyone. And also, not only that, if you have children, if you have a family, in a small way even, you can contribute.
Well, I believe to have more flexibility, because when you're in a 8 to 5 job, you don't get that flexibility. And many women are now leaving the corporate life because their jobs just aren't inspiring them anymore. So starting a business allows them to find meaning, and then it gives them the ability to leave behind a legacy. Now for me, it's more of that maybe one day they're going to talk about me, saying that I have done this to the community. And also they can be proud of being truly successful, doing something that they like. And most importantly, I feel like when women are in business, they bring a lot to the table. I mean, they contribute a lot to the family. So that's one of the most important parts.
It's a long, hard journey. That is the truth. I'm just like gonna rip the bandage off. There's gonna be a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles to pass. What I can tell for aspiring female entrepreneurs is that never give up. It's difficult, and there are times when I've been on the verge of, okay, I can't do this, but always a great support system helps. If you have family, friends who support you, always keep those people close to you, because that really helps. Even if you don't, you have yourself, and that's mostly all you need to overcome anything, and always believe in yourself.
So, biggest piece of advice, while having your dreams and your aspirations and your goals, it's also very important to be practical about how you go about it. And that's why a very solid support system is crucial. You need to have a support system that truly understands you and understands your vision and your goals. And very honestly speaking, I am here where I am today because of the amazing support system that I have in the form of my mom and my husband that stood by me throughout this entire 7 years, reminding me of why I started this journey.
So my biggest piece of advice is first draw up a plan. That is very important. Before jumping into anything, I mean, you can dream big, but you need to start small, start somewhere. So first draw up a plan and then go into it step by step. You will make mistakes. It's going to be a long ride, like how I faced with Zidane. There are going to be mistakes made, but that's how you learn to overcome them and become better, because then the outcome, your success you'll feel so much better about it rather than getting it all easy. If you work hard and work towards it, you will get it it'll feel much better. Also, another thing I feel that is really important is no matter where you start, you have to be humble. You have to be able to do the hard work and get your hands dirty, basically. Now, even me in the shop, even though I run the place, there are times where I have to pack boxes, climb the ladder and get things down. But I don't mind doing it because that's how I have been brought up personally, like not to look down and get our workers to do it, but just, pitch in, because we also treat our workers, our staff like our family. So everyone is equal there. And that is a really important thing. Be humble and be true to yourself, and then everything will work out.
First and foremost, when you start something, you have to select what you want to do. That is with a passion. If you do it, not just for earning money. Some people, some of us, when we want money, we will do something to get money, but it's those things may not work. But if you really start something with a passion, you will definitely succeed in life, your business. So always, whatever you do, if you are a good cook, you can do something with that talent, cooking talent. You can, do a catering shop or whatever. Now, in my case, from the day one, I started working when I was wearing saris. I really like the saris. Like even if I have like something, or if I have saved something for me personally during this career, that's only saris, I would say. I have collected so many saris during my career. Right? So that is because I really love saris. I like to wear my saris, do some work on it. So always I would say, do something what you like. Try to do that too.
Yes.
You will definitely succeed.
One of my most important tips is to surround yourself with a strong team and to be the face of your business. If you don't build up your team, it is actually very difficult to run the business. So the team has to be very positive, and they need to have a never give up attitude. So, and also to start a business as a woman, the most significant weapon should be the confidence. Because if you don't have the confidence that you're going to do it, you're not going to go forward. So it's important to keep your faith and to know that the difficult parts are ahead. It is not a bed of roses. So it is always difficult to start up and then to scale the business the way you want. And it is also normal to feel the toll and feel the anxiety of the progress, because there are so many challenges that come your way, some things that you don't expect actually. So during times like this, women have to remember that is no one, and not even themselves, should stand in the way when you believe what you're doing is worthwhile.
So we actually started off as a furniture. So shall I tell you a bit about the company?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my company is called Crinkett & Co. We are a luxury designer furniture brand. So me and my partner, and we have an amazing set of designers in-house. We do all the design ourselves. We focus on modern, elegant, European style fashion that is also on trend. But my vision is to provide my customers with a product that has a purpose, a value. It's not just an item you buy from us. It's something that provides a balance to your house, light. It tells a story of your space. So it's just so much more than a product. Also, we source most of the materials locally, and we have a very we have highly skilled artisans and carpenters who do our work. So I personally handpick them and make sure the quality is up to par, standards are the best, because I really want to give that experience to my customers when they walk in. So one of the challenges that was really really difficult was when COVID-19 hit, because we were thinking of actually importing most of the materials from other countries. So when the import stopped, we had to completely turn our business strategy around, and we had to basically source everything locally, and it was very difficult at the time. And even to find all the skilled people while we were on lockdowns, we were on quarantine. So it was a very difficult time, but it had to be done because there was no other way of doing it. So yeah, in a couple of months, we set up shop. We hired a lot of people that were very good at what they were doing. And yeah, we totally turned that whole business strategy around, and it works, because right now I can say that was a really good thing. That early looked like a challenge, but it turned very positively, because now our artisans are earning a fair wage. We are giving a local talent a platform, and we are proud of our product because most of it is local. So that's one of the things. And the other thing is, right now there is a real price hike going up on materials. So that's one of the very current challenges right now. So what we've done as a strategy is to cut costs. Cost cutting is really important as a business. You need to know your costs, and you need to know where to cut, where you can cut wastage, and minimum overheads, and even like logistic wise, is this necessary? You have to always ask yourself, even when you're designing to when you're in production, like it's a very practical process, and you have to be in it every step of the way to make sure that you keep your standards, your staff and your artisans, everybody gets a fair wage, and your customers, it's fair on your customers as well. So that's one of the challenges as well.
Okay, so let's be honest, as an entrepreneur, there's probably a fresh challenge every single day, right? For example, in the instance of the pandemic, none of us saw that coming, right? So at a point like that, it's dynamism, and being able to be a dynamic individual is crucial, because especially in this line of work, it's very crucial to be able to think quick on your feet.
Okay, so challenges, that is not something that is now in the past. We face challenges every day, and I think the most difficult challenge that we face even up to date is the mindset of some people, especially because I'm a young woman running a business. I get so many people coming sort of criticizing, putting me down, telling certain things, my decisions, sort of undermining my decisions, which is very difficult to deal with, because I'm assuming it's solely because of the fact that I'm a young woman trying to do this. So that's, I think, the main sort of the difficulty. But I overcome that. And also, before I forget, there are some people who push me around, and even some at times become aggressive, even in the shop, trying to get their way. But the most important thing is to kind of avoid those negative feedbacks, because you get to meet so many positive people with positive things to say, so many nice people. So I think in any business or in any scenario in life, whatever you go to do, there will always be people who will criticize. So it is important to kind of push that negative aspect aside and focus only on the positives, and just enjoy yourself. So that's, I think, the biggest challenge I have had to face.
Yes, my first challenge was when I started this, I was like thinking, now this is an online operation, Samara Styles, where I'm running as an online store. We have a website also. First, I was actually wanting to make my logo, my company name, the colors, all that, making all that. My experience in my workplaces helped me a lot. Even, when I was working in finance companies, I was in the advertising committee, I was in the, corporate committees, annual report committees. So those things, not in a big way for a small business, but little things, helped me a lot, even to, select the color, select the name, all that. So that was my first challenge. What I'm going to call this business. Then my second challenge was, how am I going to, it is a door-to-door delivery system. So now, whom am I going to use to send this package? To Jaffna, Matare, maybe the Hiyatta, maybe Candy. So I must mention at this moment, from Sri Lanka Courier Service, I actually joined hands with them. They gave me a good support. So those are the two challenges I had. And also, not only that, I was like thinking, it has to be a quality product, right? Whatever we give. Sometimes the suppliers, every time I can't go to India and purchase that car, I have to depend on certain suppliers. So how I'm going to, select them? So it took little time for me to study their products, whether I'm going to continue with them. Some of the suppliers, then and there I have, eliminated. I have stopped, doing business with them. So now I have a handful of suppliers whom I can rely on, who are, very genuine. I'm also very genuine in my dealings. So we have to be very genuine in our dealings. Like this one. Yes, tell me.
Talking about my business, because we are in education and we are in a preschool business. Parents leave their most valuable resource to us. It's their kids. And they come to us at a very young age. We have children coming to us at the age of 1 year. So for parents, it is very difficult to trust us. So that is one of the biggest challenges that we face about how to raise awareness about who we are and what we offer. So there is a huge gap between what parents expect and what we actually do. So for us, it is about raising awareness and getting parents to trust us. So they always come with a very negative mindset. And I don't say that's wrong, because for what they hear, what happens around, so they really have that gap between that, okay, is my child going to be safe? Is this the correct place to leave my kids and go? Are they going to take care of my kids? Because it's not like another business, it's not a product. So it's a service that we offer. So raising awareness to parents is actually challenging. So we have tried so many different ways, and which actually have worked. So we get educators from abroad, and we organize Zoom webinars, and then we educate parents on what it is and how we are and how to raise children and all of those things. And staff, that's another challenge that we face. It is quite a task to recruit trained teachers here. So at least they are up to standards to join footsteps. So that's what I believe. So there again, we find it very difficult to recruit the correct staff to our organization. So in that ways, we lack the confidence of having the best. But somehow now within these 3 years, we have really been able to go out of the way and then find the correct candidates. So that's another challenge. Also, the social media influencers, I would say, is also challenging, because everything is on social media now, and then plus everyone is waiting to give you a negative comment. Nobody's there to actually uplift the place or the people or anything. So all this, I believe, is a part and parcel of the business. It's not just for us, but anywhere. So this is the most challenging 3 points for us.
I think I'm being resilient. I am very resilient. I'm a change maker. I want to see change, and I want my business to have a purpose. And also, I want to be aspiring, not for other people. Also, because I have a son, and I want him to see me as his mom, but also somebody who can do a lot of other things, because I want him to know that what women can do are limitless. And I want him to grow up respecting women and seeing, and I am his role model, right? So I want him to see me as someone who is out there and who's making a change, and the power of a woman, basically, in every sense, so that when he grows up, that's how he perceives women.
3 words. So persevering, determined, and definitely dynamic.
That's
Okay, so I would say meticulous, driven, and what can I say? Maybe humble.
Should be humble. I know.
Yeah.
So I think
I am committed to comply. I am committed to comply. Whatever is assigned to me, I am committed to comply. Because customer satisfaction is the most important thing.
okay.
We have a commitment when we do a business.
Okay. I'm resourceful, I'm ambitious, and I'm classy.